The FIFA World Cup is not just a football tournament, it is the biggest stage in world sport, where countries become legends, players become immortal, and one final whistle can define an entire generation. From 1930 to 2022, only a small group of nations have ever lifted the trophy. Some won through dominance, some through drama, some through penalties, and some through moments that still give football fans goosebumps. It all began in 1930, in Uruguay. The first ever FIFA World Cup was smaller than what we know today, but the emotion was already massive. Uruguay defeated Argentina in the final and became the first world champions. That victory started a football story that would grow into the biggest tournament on earth. 4 years later, in 1934, Italy hosted the World Cup and won it on home soil. Then in 1938, Italy did something historic by winning again, becoming the first team to defend the World Cup title successfully. FIFA notes that Italy became the first country to retain the trophy with triumphs in 1934 and 1938. Then came a long break because of World War II, and the World Cup did not return until 1950. When it came back, it gave us one of the most shocking moments in football history. Brazil hosted the tournament and looked ready to win, but Uruguay stunned them in the final decisive match at the Maracanã. Uruguay became world champion for the second time, and Brazil was left heartbroken in front of a massive home crowd. In 1954, West Germany won its first World Cup by defeating Hungary, a team many believed was almost unbeatable. That final became known as the Miracle of Bern. Then in 1958, the world met a teenager who would change football forever, Pelé. Brazil won its first World Cup in Sweden, and Pelé became a global superstar. 4 years later, in 1962, Brazil won again, proving that its football magic was not a one-time miracle. By then, Brazil was becoming the country everyone feared. In 1966, football came home for England. England hosted the tournament and defeated West Germany in the final at Wembley. It remains England's only World Cup title. Then came 1970, the tournament many fans still call one of the greatest ever. Brazil, led by Pelé, Jairzinho, Tostão, Gerson, Rivellino and Carlos Alberto, played football like art. They defeated Italy in the final, and became the first team to win 3 World Cups. That 1970 Brazil team is still remembered as one of the greatest teams in football history. In 1974, West Germany rose again, winning the World Cup on home soil by defeating the Netherlands. The Dutch had introduced total football, but Germany had the final answer. In 1978, Argentina won its first World Cup at home, defeating the Netherlands in the final. Argentina had joined the list of world champions, and South American football had another giant on the global stage. In 1982, Italy returned to the top. After a slow start, Italy exploded in the knockout rounds, with Paolo Rossi becoming the hero. Italy defeated West Germany in the final, and won its 3rd World Cup. Then in 1986, Argentina gave the world one of the most iconic individual tournaments ever. Diego Maradona carried Argentina with unforgettable performances, including his famous quarter-final against England. FIFA describes Maradona's Mexico 1986 campaign as spellbinding, with Argentina defeating West Germany 3-2 in the final. In 1990, West Germany got revenge. They faced Argentina again in the final, but this time Germany won. It was their 3rd World Cup title, and one of the last great football moments before German reunification changed the name from West Germany to Germany. Then in 1994, the World Cup came to the United States, and Brazil returned to glory. The final against Italy ended 0-0, and Brazil won on penalties. It was the first World Cup final decided by a penalty shootout, and Brazil became the first nation to win 4 titles. In 1998, France hosted the World Cup and created history. With Zinedine Zidane scoring twice in the final, France defeated Brazil 3-0, and won its first World Cup. Then in 2002, Brazil came back with revenge and power. Ronaldo, who had suffered heartbreak in 1998, became the hero in 2002. He scored twice in the final against Germany, and Brazil won its 5th World Cup. To this day, Brazil remains the only country with 5 men's World Cup titles. In 2006, Italy won its 4th World Cup in Germany. The final against France is remembered for drama, tension, penalties, and Zinedine Zidane's shocking red card. Italy held its nerve and won the shootout. In 2010, the World Cup went to Africa for the first time, and Spain finally became world champion. Spain defeated the Netherlands 1-0 in extra time, with Andrés Iniesta scoring one of the most famous goals in Spanish football history. FIFA highlights that Spain recovered from losing its opening match to Switzerland and still went on to win the tournament. In 2014, Germany produced one of the most complete tournament runs of the modern era. They shocked the world by defeating Brazil 7-1 in the semi-final, then beat Argentina 1-0 in the final, with Mario Götze's extra-time goal. Germany became world champion for the fourth time. In 2018, France returned to the top. With a young Kylian Mbappé, a strong midfield and a balanced team, France defeated Croatia 4-2 in the final. 20 years after their first title, France became world champion again. Then came 2022 in Qatar, one of the most dramatic World Cup finals ever played. Argentina faced France and the match felt like a movie. Lionel Messi scored, Kylian Mbappé answered with a hat-trick, and the game went all the way to penalties. In the end, Argentina won, giving Messi the World Cup trophy that had followed him for his entire career. Argentina became world champion for the third time, and the 2022 final instantly became one of the greatest football matches ever. So from 1930 to 2022, the World Cup winners tell the story of football itself. Uruguay started it, Italy defended it, Brazil turned it into art, Germany made it efficient and ruthless, Argentina gave it passion and genius, England and Spain had their golden moments, France became a modern powerhouse. And after all those tournaments, only 8 nations have ever won the Men's FIFA World Cup. Brazil, Germany, Italy, Argentina, France, Uruguay, England and Spain. Brazil leads with 5 titles, Germany and Italy have 4 each, Argentina has 3, France and Uruguay have 2 each, England and Spain have 1 each. That is what makes the World Cup so special. It happens every 4 years, but history remembers it forever. 1 trophy, 1 final, 1 champion. And every generation gets its own football story.